Hello and welcome to Switchboard, a VS Code extension where you don't have to pick just one vibe coding agent. So what's the problem these days? We have so many different vibe coding agents, but why should we pick one? They all are incredibly powerful. We have Codex, Cursor, Gemini, Claude, and us vibe coders now struggle to pick one, and that has become a hectic process. But vibe coding is supposed to be incredibly helpful, right? So here comes Switchboard. You can connect all your providers in one single platform. So I have Codex connected using my ChatGPT login. I have Cursor connected. I can connect Claude. I can connect Gemini as I please. Then what happens is you assign one leader and the rest are workers under that leader. So I'm going to make Cursor a worker under the leader of Codex. So what does that all mean? In Switchboard, you talk to only the leader. So in this case, we're going to be talking to Codex and we give it a prompt of what we want to make. So for example, we want to make a restaurant dashboard. Let's make a restaurant dashboard. So what is going to happen here? Codex is going to take our base prompt and is going to make a massive plan. So in this case, our plan is going to be what are the different components of the restaurant dashboard. Then what Codex is going to do is going to see, hey, who are the workers underneath me? It's going to identify that Cursor is the worker underneath me, and it's going to actually give a sub prompt to Cursor based on what it believes Cursor is good at. So as we know, Cursor is great at developing a front end, and Claude is great at security. We don't have Claude here, but that would be different suits and different things that Codex is aware of, like, or any leader is aware of. What are the other platforms good at? So Codex is going to take our prompt and it's going to create a plan, right? I don't want to run this whole thing right now, so thankfully for us, I have done this thing before. So I'm going to stop this current prompt. Right, it's going to get stopped. Great. And I'm just going to go to my pasting. Perfect. So what happened here is we can go to our workflow. So create our app.js, index, HTML, CSS. But who did what, right? We want to see that. So here we can see our workflow. This is our incoming request, the prompt that we made. It was to make a restaurant dashboard. This is the plan that Codex built. Okay, this is the stuff we need to do. Look at the worker. So it knows the worker that it has is Cursor. Great. So now what it's going to do is going to send a sub prompt to Cursor itself. And it's going to make Cursor tackle the front end. And then Cursor tackles the front end and gives a response back to Codex. Now, what Codex does is it takes the prompt and it merges it with all the different worker outputs. So in this case, we only have one worker output, but in other cases, if you have different agents, it could merge them all. The leader would merge all the different outputs, right? And after all the outputs have been merged, the leader makes the completed run and creates the final product. And you're able to assign your own leaders. Like I can make Cursor my leader, for example, and Cursor would be the planner overall, and then I could put Codex as the worker underneath Cursor. This allows us to use different vibe coding tools, use their own strengths, use our own personal preferences on what we believe is the correct model for each thing. And these different models have memory embeddings. So meaning, if you were to just normally do this, if you were to switch from Codex to Cursor, they would not know what Codex did, and Cursor would not know what Claude did. This is all linked, combined. So all these different vibe coding agents have knowledge of what's been done before and what to do further on, which is amazing. And we have real life code embeddings, and We want to see what it built. Let's see. Okay, app.js or index.html or style CSS. Opening it up here, and this is the dashboard it made. So that's pretty awesome. And that is our VS Code extension Switchboard. Thank you for tuning in.